I'm hitting the road for more grand days out around our beautiful country.
It's picture postcard perfect.
And as always, taking me every mile of the way, my hard-working little camper van.
Do you like my van?
Named after one of my favourite people, Helen Mirren.
Well done, Helen, you superstar.
She's the perfect travelling companion. For great adventures.
Well, hi.
All across the country. I'll be going all out.
Oh, wow.
To find breathtaking places.
Look at this. It is stunning.
Explore hidden treasures.
You're blowing my mind. You're blowing my mind.
And meet wonderful people.
Yeah!
It's a celebration of some amazing sights.
I'm loving this.
Both big.
Look at that. Spectacular.
And small.
Oh, that's amazing.
So come and join me.
Start it.
On my grand days out. This time I'm travelling across the gorgeous Garden of England.
Lovely.
That is the best thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Exploring beautiful Kent.
Woohoo! And I absolutely love it.
It's got the makings of a romantic adventure.
My little lover's token. This kind of feels like my honeymoon. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
As I fall in love
With the Garden of England.
Sitting in the southeast corner of Britain and decorated with beautiful countryside. Kent has held its title as the Garden of England for nearly 500 years.
Everything is in full bloom. The sun is shining. The fields are green as you like. And it is absolutely stunning.
You could say singing conditions are perfect.
It's quite nice with the window open. It's like I've got my own wind machine, like I'm Bonnie Tyler at the end of Total Eclipse of the Heart.
And scenery like this deserves a power ballad.
Turn around, bright eyes. Wind machine. Every now and then I'll fall apart. Started too high.
And I won't be coming down because I'm starting off in an area of outstanding natural beauty. At the mighty Hever Castle, which is perhaps best known as the childhood home of Anne Boleyn. But it's the award-winning garden set within 125 acres of glorious grounds that have caught my eye. An ideal location to plan my journey.
Let me find the right place. So, I am in... Give us a minute here. At Hever Castle.
From here, I'm going to head to Canterbury. Then I'll zigzag my way back across the Garden of England to Penshurst, before finishing up in the medieval town of Sandwich.
Perfect journey. Now, while I'm here, though, go for a wee wander before we get the party started. Watch this, dignified.
This horticultural showstopper contains formal-themed gardens.
Beautiful.
Including this rather romantic collection of roses.
Hello. Hello, wee Tootie. Hiya. Hiya. Oh, no, I think that man thought I was talking to him. When I said hello, wee Tootie, I was talking to the dog. It's very, very beautiful indeed. And it is. It's where it must come from. You know the phrase, you've got to stop and smell the roses. Because here, you really do have to. And it's lovely.
But Hever is known for more than just flowers. It's home to a championship golf course. Originally laid out for William Waldorf Astor, one of the world's richest men, who purchased Hever Castle at the turn of the 20th century. Today, the course spans a mammoth 7,000 yards.
Hello.
Morning.
And Rob is head greenkeeper.
Rob, what are you doing?
This is part of our preparation for play. It's called changing the hole.
Tell me about this course, and in particular, I mean, I'm not an expert on this course, first time. Where's the T? I can't see it.
It's quite a way away. This is one of the longest holes in the UK. It's set up for 644 yards.
644 yards.
That's the equivalent of almost 6 football pitches. But Rob has 27 holes in total and 600 acres of surrounding landscape to tend to.
In a way, it's quite an easy way to get close to nature.
We've got ancient woodland all around us. So what I tend to do is put these wildlife corridors in. All where you can see provides a habitat for the little wee bugs and beasties. We're custodians of the countryside. We need to look after it.
Tending to such a beautiful patch must be a dream for any gardener. And today, that gardener is me.
Oh, OK.
Let's get mowing.
I'm on a lawnmower.
And I do like music whilst I work.
Mowing the grass and having fun at the same time. Woohoo!
I'm only too happy to help Rob on my 2-ton beast.
She turned on a pen. She turned on a pen.
I always thought I'd be good on one of those car shows.
She's picking up the speed, quite a lot of revs. She's not a family car, but if you're looking for something, just a little city roundabout, then this is it. She gets it done.
I'm happy with my effort, but the proof is in the putting.
And that is what they call a hole-in-one on a par 5. Thank you.
Now to continue putting along with Dame Helen. 50 miles east through the glorious Garden of England lies the medieval city of Canterbury.
I tried to read the Canterbury Tales that you might have heard of, written by a fella called Chaucer. I'll be honest, I didn't really get all the way through the Canterbury Tales, but that's okay, because Helen and I are going to choose our own adventure and write a tale of our own.
What better setting than the gorgeous River Stour, which flows through the centre of this charming city.
I'm always looking for ways to get my bearings when I arrive in a new place. Sometimes, though, you've just got to take a chance or take a punt. Hiya, can I come down?
Please do.
Thank you.
River tours like these are an essential way to see Canterbury. And my romantic punt for one is powered by Andrew.
Morning. Morning. There's a wee duckling. Wee duckling. Hey, duckling. Hey, sweetie.
Punts were originally used for moving cargo on the river, but became a pleasurable activity here in the early 1900s.
Gosh, it's just so beautiful, Andrew. I've been to Canterbury a couple of times, but I've never seen it like this.
No, you won't.
You know, and it's just such a really lovely way of getting kind of a fresh perspective.
Yeah. It's a nice little city. There's only about 83,000 people in the city, and you can walk across it in about an hour.
For thousands of years, the River Stour was a major transport route, connecting Canterbury with mainland Europe. Today, a series of low-spanning bridges, with some parts dating back to the 14th century, make punting a bit of an obstacle course.
This next one is a low bridge.
Right, so very low bridge coming
Well,
up.
they get lower.
Not low for me. I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I could stand up, probably.
And by the way, if you aren't all bothered by spiders, please don't look up.
Now, you just made me look up, Andrew. That's what happened there. There's quite a lot of
spider webs.
Quite a lot of spider webs.
It would appear each bridge comes with its own personality.
Now, this next bridge is now given a really good echo. So feel free to shout and listen to
Just
the
here.
sound of the echo.
Yalle, yalle, yalle. That's a good echo.
It's a very good
That is a very good echo.
Thoroughly tested by me and the ducks.
And now we're passing the Marlow Theatre. named for the playwright Christopher Marlowe, who was born in Canterbury back in 1564.
I know about that theatre, Andrew, because I've performed twice at the Marlowe Theatre,
Right.
and I had a splendid time.
It's a nice theatre.
Do you know what I'm really loving about this? So I went to Venice on my honeymoon, but we didn't go in any of the gondolas or anything else like that because it was too expensive. And I feel kind of like I'm having the experience I should have had on my honeymoon, but without my wife. I'll phone her and tell her all about it.
Who said romance was dead? Coming up, I make new friends in Canterbury.
Can't resist saying hello to a wee doggy.
And things get heated.
Why are you nervous about pouring molten metal into your hand, Susan?
Me and my faithful campervan Helen are making our way across a county affectionately known as the Garden of England, Kent. And we've stopped into the city of Canterbury. This place is famed for its awe-inspiring cathedral and vibrant culture. And I'm taking a stroll down memory lane.
This is lovely. Gorgeous little cobbled streets, cafes, and then the odd businessman just walking very quickly through the centre of town. Hello. I used to do that. Then I gave it all up.
And in my new walk of life, I wander down lovely high streets making friends.
Hiya. Lovely dog.
Thank you.
What's the dog's name?
Jack.
Hi, Jack. Can I say hello?
Can't see very well, I can't
Oh,
hear very well.
Jack, you gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, I'm Susan, by the way. What's your name?
Paul. My
Joyce.
mum Joyce, Nigel my husband.
Lovely to meet you. Have a nice time in Canterbury.
You too, thank
nice
you.
to see you.
Bye-bye.
See you later
Bye.
on. Can't resist saying hello to a wee doggy.
I'm inching my way towards the icon of this city, Canterbury Cathedral. A UNESCO World Heritage Site that's one of the oldest and most important structures in England.
To the cathedral. It's right at the heart of Canterbury. And I'm going to meet someone called Emma, who hopefully will tell me why it's just so important.
Emma is waiting in the cloisters, a key backdrop to a horrible history.
Hi, Emma.
Hello.
The watershed event happened 850 years ago and made this cathedral world famous.
This place is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes,
Something very important happened here, didn't it?
it did. You have the murder of Thomas Becket, who was Archbishop of Canterbury. He was murdered in his cathedral by knights of the king. And this is the actual route that the knights took on that fateful night in 1170. 4 knights are rampaging down here, swords drawn, screaming for Thomas the traitor. They throw open those doors, grab Thomas off the steps, drag him down, and there is the most violent encounter.
Thomas stood up to King Henry II in an attempt to protect the church's power, but paid the price with his life. The shockwave that followed shaped the cathedral and the city.
Seismic. Absolutely
Absolutely.
seismic.
Absolutely.
It's not so much even what happened that has had the lasting effect on the cathedral,
No.
is it? It's what then happened.
Yeah. Within days and weeks, people start reporting miracles of Becket. They start saying they came to Canterbury, Thomas cured them.
His remains became the star attraction, with people flocking on a pilgrimage to view and touch the now sacred site in the hopes of a miracle.
And within 50 years, Thomas was St Thomas. Canterbury suddenly became the place to come to pilgrimage in Britain.
So from that time to now, people have come on
Yes.
pilgrimage, but in its height, there must have been, what, thousands of people coming here on
You're
pilgrimage?
talking millions.
Millions of people
Millions
came.
of people.
And I'm going to follow in their footsteps.
I'll go and have a look. Thank you very much
Please.
indeed, Emma.
Thank you.
I'm told there's a red stone, reputed to be a bloodstain, marking the very spot Thomas was murdered.
So this is the martyrdom. And I can see the stain over there, and I can see why school children are fascinated by it. It's such a vivid story of the knights coming through those doors and finding Thomas Becket here. What an incredible place. What an incredible story.
Part of the pilgrim journey involved picking up a souvenir to document your travels. These badges would symbolise your devotion and help others identify you as a pilgrim. Keeping the tradition alive is Canterbury regular Colin, who collects original souvenir badges and recreates his own using authentic methods.
Hi, Colin.
Hello, Sue.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm fascinated by this because it's part of the whole tale of pilgrimage,
It
isn't
is.
it?
They believe that by buying little pilgrim badges like this, that would be, ideally, you would touch that to the shrine.
Okay.
And they believed that some of that miraculous power could transfer from one thing to another.
For me, they're symbols of hope. They wanted to have that connection. They
Yes.
wanted to have the miracle that they'd heard of. So that's quite special, I think.
Yes, yes.
I'm keen to have my own unique memento of this place.
Now, what I've noticed over there, because I'm like that, is there's a fire, Colin.
There is.
Is there one, perhaps, that we could do?
Would you like to do something a little bit different? Maybe a lover's token?
Yes. Do you have
Right,
one?
I have one over here.
And that's just a lovely love heart, isn't it?
It's a little heart. It's crowned. The crown was for luck. And also the scroll that runs through it says amour, so it's love.
Okay.
A love heart. So
Now,
if
you need to help me with this one, though, because I'm nervous, Colin.
Okay.
Why are you nervous about
Don't be nervous.
pouring
There's
molten
nothing.
metal into your hand, Susan?
This is a do not try this at home moment. Because Colin uses pewter at a melting point of 180 degrees Celsius.
Does that look...
That looks perfect. Yes.
Okay,
Hold it just like that. Would you like me to pour it?
Yes. Oh, it's quite a heat coming off that there,
There's
Colin.
a fair bit of heat.
Okay.
Right. Are we ready?
Yeah, ready?
The original methods are surprisingly swift.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. Hold it right there until that cools down a little bit.
What do I do now?
Put it down, and then we'll open it up. Just
Thank
make sure
you.
you don't touch that hot bit of metal on the top there.
Now you've said it. Now you've said all I want to do is touch the hot bit of metal at the top,
Just
Colin.
don't touch that top bit.
So if I do that...
That's it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You've got a perfect badge there. Would you like to bend the catch into shape? Just give that little piece of metal there a twist over to the side.
At least this tool is at room temperature.
I put there.
That's it.
And then turn it towards me,
Away from you.
away
Give it
from
a little
me.
twist to the side. That's it. Perfect.
Okay. And then the pin
Good stuff.
goes...
Pin will go under there.
Pin will go under there.
There you go.
And that's the little badge.
That's your little
It is
love token.
gorgeous. Thank you so much, Colin. I'm going to
No
take this
problem.
away as a beautiful memory of my time here.
Excellent.
My little lover's token, I'll put it over there. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Don't touch the metal, Colin, it's hot.
Just 10 glorious miles outside of Canterbury lies the charming market town of Faversham.
So very, very beautiful. And also, just by the roadside, there's lots of little signs for fresh fruit, especially cherries just now. There are lots and lots of signs for cherries. So I think what I need to do is go somewhere and try some of them because they're all over the place. And I do love, cherries.
Brogdale Farm in Faversham is home to the UK's national fruit collection, a living fruit history with over 4,000 trees across 150 acres. Its job is to preserve varieties of fruits for future generations. And as it's cherry season, I'm feeling all nostalgic.
My main childhood memory of cherries are, those little bright red ones that my mum used to have in her gin and tonic on a Sunday night when she did the ironing. They weren't very pleasant at all. As I've got older, though, I absolutely love fresh cherries. And here, you're not going to get any fresher than this.
Brogdale Farm has one of the biggest fruit collections in the world. And the best way to see it is on the back of a tractor.
Here we go. Here we go. That's something. Don't know what.
It's quite the sight. Well, for most people.
I haven't got my glasses on. I can't see anything.
But I won't let that stop me feeling the wonders of nature.
I'd love to have an orchard. I don't know why, it seems quite a romantic notion. I'm getting all romantic in Kent, it's quite odd.
It might be the tractor, but this place has swept me off my feet.
Right, what's coming up next? I'm loving this.
But I haven't even found the cherries yet. Coming up, I get daring in an orchard.
I have never eaten a cherry in front of anyone in my life.
And things take a dramatic turn.
Lovely, Swisher Ray, good work.
That is the best thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Helen and I are pootling across Kent, exploring Canterbury and the Garden of England. I'm making my way across the National Fruit Collection at Brogdale Farm. And I think I've found the fruit I'm after.
Cherry trees, they're cherry trees, cherry trees. Gosh, it's like I'm at one with nature as I shout cherry trees at a tree. Right, what's coming up next? There's a man. Hi.
The man, or Mike as he'll now be known, has worked here for over 30 years and really knows his onions, or his cherries.
Right, let's get down to business. Cherries. Tell me about the collection here. How many varieties of cherries are there?
In this collection here,
Yeah.
we've got about 320 varieties.
My goodness. I didn't know there were that many cherries in the world.
And they date back to sort of 1600s up to the present day.
Now, Kent is the Garden of England. I know that. I'm not entirely sure why it's the Garden of England, though. Why is it?
It actually dates back to Henry VIII's time, when the Royal Fruit Farm was just about 3 miles away from here, and planted what was called a model orchard. So Henry had all the best varieties for the royal table.
And legend has it that after tasting a local cherry, he declared that this was the Garden of England. But apparently fruit tasted a bit different in the old days.
So, what would be the difference between the oldie-fashioned cherry
Yeah.
and the modern cherry?
The modern cherry is probably a little bit more juicy and sweeter.
Yep.
The white cherry has got a bit of a tang to it.
Never seen them
When was
before
the
in my
last
life.
time you saw a white one?
Never seen one before in my life, Mike. This is an actual first. Okay.
So if you'd like to try one,
Which would be your recommendation?
well, we've got the old Napoleon used to be very popular at one time.
I have never, Mike, eaten a cherry in front of anyone in my life.
Now's your first chance.
I'm now concerned I eat cherries in a weird way. You know when you eat something and you never think about, it's just the way you eat something, and you think, is this a weird way to eat a cherry? Okay.
Now,
Tangier.
if you want even more tang,
Yeah.
try one of those little ones.
The way you're smiling at me means that this might not be very, I don't know. This, what are these called?
They're like a sour cherry, a morella. Go on, be brave.
Literally, it's like a secret. Hold on, I have to turn my back because I don't want you to see this. Oh my!
Nice?
I guess Henry VIII never got round to that one. If he did, Kent may have had a different title.
Right, have a sweet one. Have a sweet one, taste away.
They're really sour, Mike.
They are.
You know when someone says, it's a bit sour and you go, how bad can it be?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Clearly Mike has a more robust palate than me, but some of these are lovely.
So, can I take a little punnet away with me of my favourites?
You can.
The Napoleons. I thought they were absolutely delicious. And it's partly because they're so unusual as well, because I've never seen cherries like that before. Thank you for telling me about cherries. Thank you for the sour cherry. I'll never forget it, Mike. I'm sorry I ate the cherries as well as if they were illegal, because that's what it looked like. But goodbye.
Bye.
I think I'll go back to enjoying my punnet in private.
I love these little Napoleon ones. Gorgeous, gorgeous things. I think I'm getting better at that. I'll be able to eat in public soon.
Well, practice makes perfect, both with fruit and with a certain little van.
Third gear, third gear. Here we go. Well done, Helen. You superstar, Oscar-winning actress, and brilliant fan.
40 miles west of Brogdale is the idyllic village of Penshurst. And Helen is coping beautifully on the country road.
Helen likes encouragement sometimes, you know. You're doing brilliantly, Helen. Thanks very much. Thank you. People have said to me, is your dream to have the real Helen Mirren in the van with you? And the answer is yes. Yes. Can you imagine driving Helen Mirren with Helen Mirren? The universe would explode. It would explode.
And my next stop is worthy of a dame. We've made our way to Penshurst Place, a 14th century stately home once used as a hunting lodge for King Henry VIII. And it turns out that today it's playing host to the noble art of fencing.
I'm gonna pop over and see what's going on.
This place is also popular as a film location. Most notably the cult classic film, The Princess Bride. One of the iconic fight scenes was filmed right here in the Grand Hall. And the local fencing school at Royal Tunbridge Wells has been hugely inspired by the epic scene.
That's nice.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry to interrupt. Susan, what's your name?
Paul.
Paul.
We've got William, who's an assistant coach.
Hello, William.
And we've got Benedict, who's one of our apex predators.
One of your apex predators.
He's one of our best fencers. Yeah.
Oh, my word. I'd love to be described as an apex predator. That'd be a wonderful thing.
So we're part of Royal Tunbridge Wells Fencing Club, and we do have a connection with this place. A chap called Bob Anderson did the fight choreography for The Princess Bride. Now, he then coached someone called Steve Paul. Steve was my coach, but I've since taken over.
Right.
So we have that connection through Bob Anderson.
And so what do you need for fencing?
Well, you would say ideally tall and fast.
Right, well,
however...
Paul, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute...
However...
Tall? Why?
Ideally.
So I can get right in there.
Exactly. More reach.
Oh, because you're not allowed to... You're not allowed to...
You can hit them however you like,
You're not
as long as you're not breaking the rules.
Right, OK. What's the main thing that you're...
You need good tactics, good timing, good distance, good technique. So mainly fencing is here.
It's all up here.
There's hope for me yet.
So it's a bit of a stretch because I'm slightly shorter than the average fencer, I think. But I was wondering, could you teach me some of the basics? Because this is the kind of outfit I've dreamt of for a very long... I think it's very flattering. I can only see myself on the front covers of Vogue magazine in this.
Absolutely.
Would that be OK, Paul?
Absolutely.
So, right. So you can show me the basics. You can carry on doing your flurries. That's not a term, is it?
It's not a term.
No. Right.
I may not have the terminology, but I sure do have the style. I've been trusted with my own epi sword, complete with a 90-centimetre thrusting blade.
So, Paul?
Yes. Before any lesson with blade in hand, we should salute each other.
Yes.
Draw the sword to the sky, down to the face.
Down to the face.
Swish. Lovely. Swish away. Good work.
That is the best thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Fencing requires safety gear, but it's not the easiest to move around in.
Would you like some assistance, madam?
Yep.
But thankfully, it's a sport of great etiquette.
It's the shoe on guard position.
On guard.
So front foot nice and straight.
Yeah.
So to begin with, all I'm going to do is just disengage my blade, and you're going to stick your arm out and hit me in the chest. Okay. Very good. And I want you, just as you hit, for your guard to be just above the point, and then the full impact will take your guard to the high, stronger position.
Okay.
So just there. That's it.
I'm a natural.
That's it. So that's one of the shorter range attacks you could do. Right, so let's move on then to me attacking you. Okay.
Okay.
That escalated quickly.
So remembering to keep your thumb on top. Move your hand across so it comes to just the other side of your body. Very good. It's nice and quick. Nice and quick. Right, and if... Come back. Lovely.
The best defence is a good offence.
And then from there, you can simply stick your arm out and hit me. There it is. So that's the riposte that follows the parry.
Apex predator in training.
So we go cart.
Lovely. So do you think, Paul, we're ready for something a bit more Princess Bride than that?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Time for me to go full movie swashbuckler. After all, we've got the filming location of a little bit of cinematic history.
Okay. Sorry, Paul. Just one thing before we start. Let me just put this in.
It's important to commit to the role.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
In movies, they often use a stunt double for this type of action.
Let's get going with this then. And...
No need in this case.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Everyone ready? Yep. Picked that up quicker than I thought. Thanks, Paul. Cheers, mate.
No Calmans, and of course no stunt doubles were harmed in the making of this fight scene. Safely back in Helen, and we're lapping up this beautiful countryside.
What? She's got a suspension like a trampoline, Helen. Big bus coming, hold on a second. Right, Helen, breathe in, Helen. Ooh. That bus driver looked like Agatha Christie. That bus was being driven by Agatha Christie.
Splendid scenery and a brush with the Queen of Crime. Kent, you are the gift that keeps on giving. Although it may be best to stop for a little rest. And in this part of the country, there are gorgeous spots aplenty.
So, I was given this lovely cushion. It's very Garden of England, because there is a sign that says ham sandwich, and it's quite the tourist attraction. It's lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to use that just to keep me comfortable. Oh, that's lovely. I'm a great fan of a guidebook and a pamphlet. I'm gonna choose a pamphlet. I like doing that as well. This is something I spotted. Quite fancy it. So this is a guide to Sandwich. Don't know why I overpronounced the witch there. Sandwich. Now, it's the kind of place I've always fancied visiting because, I mean, it's named after a foodstuff. I mean, if there was a town named Macaroni and Cheese, I'd probably live there. So I quite fancy going to Sandwich. So this is the kind of thing I'll read up on before I go so that I can plan a little bit what I'm going to do. Spontaneity is good. My wife always says to me we should be more spontaneous, and I say, fine, when? I like to plan. I'm a planner. So I'm just going to read my pamphlet, and then Helen and I will get on the road to Sandwich.
And in the meantime, I can't think of a more beautiful spot to have stopped. I love it when a plan comes together. Coming up, we go medieval in Sandwich.
Hello. Hi. Are you doing well?
And I'm on a serious quest for some answers.
I demand to know, why is the sandwich a sandwich?
Helen and I are having a grand day out in Kent, around Canterbury and the Garden of England.
I haven't properly stocked Helen with snacks for this journey. I am juiceless. I haven't got any juice. I've got no juice. Big mistake, Calman.
Happily, my next stop is a town with sustenance in its very name. Further along the River Stour towards the coast lies one of the best preserved medieval towns in Europe, the idyllic Sandwich. Unsurprisingly, it's put me in the mood for the delicacy it lends its name to. But this town is full of distractions, like the intriguing Sandwich Medieval Centre.
Hi. Hello. Hi, nice to see you. Hello.
It's run by a volunteer band of merry men and women, keeping their towns past fresh.
You're doing well. I thought I could smell a beautiful fire there. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hello.
Hello.
You must be Bob.
I am.
I'm Susan. Lovely to meet you.
Bob is a founding trustee of this medieval mob.
This place is wonderful. Tell me about the centre, though. Tell me why it's here.
Well, we'd like to keep the heritage and the history of the town. It's a very important town, less so now. It's more picturesque now. But in those days, it was vital.
The town of Sandwich was once one of the most important strategic ports in the country.
You've got to imagine the river being a mile wide. It was capable of holding 850 warships.
Goodness. So what's your big project just now, Bob? What are you working on?
The boat.
OK.
The boat is a replica of the boats they would have had here. They also have points at both ends, which is important because these are the first ships that have rudders.
Oh.
They would have had a steering oar before.
Yes.
Great advance in nautical engineering.
Can I pop on board and have a look?
Yes.
Is that OK?
Of
Down the
course you can.
gangplank.
Yep,
Thanks, Bob.
that's it.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
The cog, as it was called, was a naval innovation, an adaptable little craft used for cargo or as a warship. But there are no originals left in Britain, so this team are recreating one.
Paul, so tell me about this boat, though.
Bob found this boat. He went on a website called findafishingboat.com and it did what it said in the tin. But as you can see, we've still got quite a lot of repair to do.
Listen, I'm no expert, but there's something over there that I suspect might be a little bit wrong.
Holes in boats don't work very well.
And are you trying, when you're doing this work, Paul, to use tools that are quite similar to the time?
The aim of the project is to use hand tools only. So what I'm using here is a gouge type tool to make this hole. It's like a spoon, it's sharp on both edges. If you turn it, you can hear the wood being cut.
My goodness. Hard work, is it?
Yes, it's very labour intensive.
Yes.
A labour of love, if you will.
It's remarkable about what you're doing to keep history alive because it's brilliant.
Good.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And this little glimpse of the past has got me thinking of my own history.
As soon as I stepped into that centre, I was transported back to my gym hall in primary school because I remember very clearly two people arrived to teach us about medieval history, but they weren't teaching us from a book. They brought in musical instruments and woodworking because what they were trying to do was to make history come alive. And it worked because I still remember it to this very day. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
But I dare say it works up an appetite. Of course, I hope a town like Sandwich can help with that.
Hello.
Hello.
Steve at the sandwich shop is surely the best person to ask.
I want to know, I demand to know, why is the sandwich a sandwich?
It's named after the 4th Earl of Sandwich. The story is either at the gambling table or at the place of work. He was too busy to break, so said, "Can I have some meat and 2 slices of bread, please?" And his friends caught on and said, "I'll have what Sandwich has. I'll have sandwich."
So it became the sandwich?
It became the sandwich. Now, a person of his standing at the time would almost only have eaten at table with silver service.
Yes.
So to start eating bare hands was pretty spectacular. And you could even argue that he kind of invented fast food in that way.
And speaking of getting food fast...
So I think it would be inappropriate for me if I didn't have a sandwich in Sandwich.
I think you're probably right. Best-selling sandwich is the Earl of Sandwich.
Now, I would like an Earl of Sandwich. However, I'm one of those customers they talk about when the shop closes. Did you see that woman was in? She kept asking for everything to be changed. So I would like a roast beef sandwich, but I'd like it with like a lettuce rather than rocket. Can you do that for me? If that's okay.
A nice sandwich.
A nice sandwich for Susan. Please. Yes, please. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much.
I do like to mix it up. Fast food indeed.
There we are, Susan.
Oh,
Fresh
thank
from
you.
the kitchen. Nice thick white slice.
Oh, lovely.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. This looks very good. I'm not going to talk as if I'm a connoisseur of sandwiches, but when you travel as much as I do, you are a connoisseur of sandwiches.
This is not just a sandwich. It's a sandwich made in Sandwich, the town of the Earl of Sandwich, with mayonnaise oozing its way across thick cut bread.
Okay, now, okay. I'm trying to look for the area that will be easiest to eat, because crust can be difficult. Right, hold on a second. A bit of lettuce up my nose. Absolutely delicious. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate my time in Sandwich than having a delicious sandwich. How many times can a woman say sandwich? Turns out, a lot.
And just like the great Earl of Sandwich, I'm never too busy for a snack. But there's only one way to finish my gorgeous road trip round this incredible county. I've heard that the town's St. Peter's Tower gives the best views across this wonderful place.
And I love it. It's full of drama. I feel like a princess on top of a tower waiting for my love to come and save me. Which is quite fitting, actually, because I've had quite a romantic time here. There have been punts, a bit of fencing, mayonnaise, you know. And I think Helen would agree. We have fallen in love with the Garden of England.
Next time, I'm celebrating all the weird and wonderful ways I've travelled on land and sea over the years on my grand days out.
Come on.
And Helen and I go on an exciting new adventure.
That's the whistle of the train!
There's a Calmans Greatest Hits.
Am I on the right course?
Yeah, you're doing absolutely great.
As I remember some of our wonderful trips across the country.
Pew, pew, pew.